Welcome back to Living in the Word. Today we're looking at the story of Cain and Abel. So we're going to start from Genesis 4 verses 1 to 5. Now Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bore Cain, and said, I have acquired a man from the Lord. Then she bore again, this time his brother Abel. Now Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of time it came to pass that Cain brought an offering of the fruit of the ground to the Lord. Abel also brought of the firstborn of his flock and of their fat. And the Lord respected Abel and his offering, but he did not respect Cain and his offering. And Cain was very angry, and his countenance fell. So Eve had two sons, Cain, who was a farmer, and Abel, who was a shepherd. In verse 3, Cain brings a fruit offering to God, while Abel brings a firstborn of his flock as his offering. Abel brings his very best offering to God, while Cain, well, it doesn't really say it's his very best. Maybe this is why God did not respect Cain's offering. Genesis 4 verses 6 to 9. So the Lord said to Cain, why are you angry? And why has your countenance fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin lies at the door, and its desire is for you, but you should rule over it. Now Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, where is Abel your brother? He said, I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper? Now verse 7 is very important. It should be a memory verse. If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin lies at the door, and its desire is for you, but you should rule over it. You see, sin desires to have us, and when we don't do well, we open the door for sin to enter. Then we go on to read that the anger burning inside of Cain turns to murder, the murder of his brother. The anger and hate towards his own brother, the one he grew up with, was enough for him to murder Abel. Cain then lies to God about Abel's whereabouts. When Adam and Eve sinned and were confronted by God, they confessed their sin, showing signs of repentance. When Cain was confronted by God, he lied to God, showing no signs of remorse. Not only that, but he also objects to the implication that he should be responsible for his brother in any way. Genesis 4 verses 10 to 12. And he said, what have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. So now you are cursed from the earth, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you till the ground, it shall no longer yield its strength to you. A fugitive and a vagabond you shall be on the earth. God reveals that he knows what happened to Abel, and then reveals Cain's punishment for his sin. Cain can no longer be a farmer. Genesis 4 verses 13 to 15. And Cain said to the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Surely you have driven me out this day from the face of the ground. I shall be hidden from your face. I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond on the earth, and it will happen that anyone who finds me will kill me. And the Lord said to him, therefore, whoever kills Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark on Cain, lest anyone finding him should kill him. When Cain speaks to God, the Hebrew word used for punishment is avon. And it actually means both iniquity or sin and consequence or punishment of sin. So we're still not clear on whether Cain is remorseful of his sin, but God reveals that in punishing Cain for his sins, he intends on keeping him from harm. So Genesis 4 verse 16 to 18, it says, Then Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bore Enoch. And he built a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. To Enoch was born Irad, and Irad begot Mehujael, and Mehujael begot Methushael, and Methushael begot Lamech. Cain dwells in the land of Nod. The word Nod is the Hebrew root of the verb to wander. So Cain left God's presence and began to wander. He built a city and named it after his firstborn son. Then begins the genealogy of Cain. Cain, Enoch, Irad, Mehujael, Methushael, and Lamech. We'll keep going. Genesis 4 verses 19 to 22. Then Lamech took for himself 2 wives. The name of one was Adah, and the name of the second was Zillah. And Adah bore Jabal. He was the father of those who dwell in tents and have livestock. His brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all those who play the harp and flute. And as for Zillah, she also bore Tubal-Cain, an instructor of every craftsman in bronze and iron. And the sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah. Lamech takes 2 wives, Adah and Zillah. Adah has 2 sons, Jabal and Jubal, while Zillah has 1 son, Tubal-Cain, and these sons all seem to be the father of something. Jabal, the father of those who dwell in tents and have livestock. Jubal, the father of those who play the harp and flute. Tubal-Cain, the father of crafting bronze and iron. Now the interesting part, Genesis 4 verses 23 and 24. Then Lamech said to his wives, Adah and Zillah, hear my voice. Wives of Lamech, listen to my speech. For I have killed a man for wounding me, even a young man for hurting me. If Cain shall be avenged 7-fold, then Lamech 77-fold. Lamech then proclaims to his wives in arrogance and perhaps with intimidation that he killed a man and then killed a second younger man. He then boasts that he shall be avenged 77-fold. His belief in his own greatness makes the divine protection of God unnecessary, showing how wicked the world is becoming. Well, thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next video. God bless.